Should Aiden Fucci, the teen charged with brutally murdering his schoolmate last year in St. Johns County, be taken out of solitary confinement? That's what we're asking local attorneys tonight. We know the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office does not think Fucci should be able to choose where he stays while he waits for his trial in the murder of Tristan Bailey.
News4Jax reporter Marilyn Parker joins us live now. Marilyn, what have you learned regarding Fucci? He is in the Duval jail because St. Johns County's jail, they don't have a juvenile wing.
That's right. Fucci's attorneys want him in a less restrictive confinement. One attorney I spoke with says that Fucci is under the responsibility of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. That is regardless of where he's housed. Other attorneys I spoke with ask who's in charge here and why would anyone want to risk violating Fucci's civil rights?
In the sheriff's office filing, they call Aiden Fucci a dangerous felon. They say his rights to choose where he is housed were lost when he was indicted of first-degree murder.
It seems very unusual that they would even create this issue.
Shannon Shute is an expert in juvenile law who found the sheriff's filing as an affected non-party interesting. She says the term dangerous felon only appears in the Florida model jail standards and isn't exactly defined, but is determined by the officer in charge.
The sheriff has stated multiple times that he's a monster and other what I think are inappropriate statements. And now they have full control over his life and well-being. And they're adjudging him a dangerous felon and punishing him essentially based on the facts that have been relayed in the motion from the defense.
The request to move Fucci is based on potential psychological issues, how he's faced threats, disciplinary action, and suicidal ideations. The defense says the prosecution refused negotiated pleas, and the sheriff's office continues to reject the safe and humane remedy to transfer Fucci.
I believe it's in order to invoke sympathy.
Attorney Gene Nichols says no jury will hear about how Fucci was housed because it's not relevant to his trial.
They are, however, able to present it in the form of a motion and get it out here in the world, and that's part of the reason why I believe that that's what they're doing, is for potential jurors to know what he is going through.
What if it does come out that maybe he has experienced some psychological turmoil?
The allegations of what he allegedly did are awful and they're heinous. And to be committed by somebody at his age, there's something from a mental health standpoint going on with Aiden Fucci. So then the next question becomes, is jail making it worse?
Schott argues though the motion will directly benefit Fucci if there is a change, she says it's not about him.
It's about the fact that in the United States of America, we do not cruelly and unusually punish people, and we don't punish people who are accused of crimes.
Shute says if Fucci is found to have deteriorated from being in solitary confinement, he could be found incompetent to stand trial, which could drag the process out even longer.
Now, Nichols doesn't think a judge will change anything unless it's proven that Fucci is facing more than another person would face while in solitary confinement. Coming up tonight on News4Jax at 6, you're going to hear more arguments from both sides, and that juvenile law expert is going to break down some of the sentences that Fucci could face. Reporting live tonight, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.